Alright, I'm back, Yin and Yang, bringing you a Domination Defender this time. Um, Pretty cool game. Pretty, not too kill heavy, but I think the strategy I employ is quite cool, so just check it out. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two, maybe you can analyze my gameplay, tell me where I'm going wrong. I don't know, do what the fuck you want. It's a video, mate. So, on this map I tend to use a longer range guns as many game types on this as many maps on this game are. There are a lot of different obstacles, a lot of different places where enemies can attack you. Sometimes it's just better to just stick back and pick people off, and that's why I decided to try and do this game, and seemed to fucking work. So yeah, it's good, isn't it? So yeah, this is one of the maps I like more because everything seems to be slightly more on the same level than other maps. As in, for example, let me think of a map. Well, I think there's a map called fuck, I can't remember the names of the maps, to be honest with you, mate. I'm not gonna lie, I don't play this game enough. But there are a lot of maps where you can get like swarmed from different places, and I don't really like that. But this map, you can pretty much know where people are going to come generally. You don't have to look everywhere, which is what I really have a trouble with in this game. That's probably why I'm not as good at this game as I was at previous CODs, because previous CODs I was actually pretty good. Like, I was probably quite a bit above average. In this game, I just can't really get into it. Like, I don't know if it's that I literally can't, or I don't want to. I want to keep playing the way I did for COD, but I don't think you can. When playing this game, you have to let that shit go. You have to put it in the fucking past. Stop living in the past, you little bitch. Live in the future. That's what I keep telling myself. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. Live in the future. So you're gonna see some good gameplays from Advanced Warfare from now on for the next 7 days until fucking Black Ops 3 is out. And then I'm going to be playing the same I always have, because it's quite similar to the old COD. Anyway, yeah, what I'm trying to do basically is just try and defend the places, defend the fucking flags, just trying to get some kills. Domination, you don't really have to focus on the objective too much, I find. It's one of the objective games where you can get kills and play the objective relatively easily and synonymously. That's cool. I don't really feel like talking about the gameplay anymore. You can just watch the rest. It's quite entertaining. I think my shots are quite accurate, so that's all good. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat, shall we? Not really sure what to chat about today, so let me just tell you what I've done. I went to the cinema earlier. Cinema, yeah, cinema. You say cinema? Peasant. But yeah, I went to the cinema earlier and I saw a film called Sicario. And that film, let me tell you, if you haven't seen Sicario, it is the dopest film. If you're a fan of film, then it is so fucking good. Like, if it was a mayonnaise, I would smear it all over my balls and let my dog take it off. I don't even have a dog. What am I even talking about? But yeah, Sicario. Beautiful film, well made. Has Benicio del Toro in, Emily Blunt. It's about pretty much the drug cartel in Mexico. Emily Blunt's character is a like special forces police detective trying to take down the fucking cartel. And yeah. It's just pretty cool. Sicario means hitman in Mexican. And yeah, that's basically what this film is about, trying to assassinate this, the leader of this Mexican cartel. But there are so many twists, and the storyline, like, I find like, kind of police-orientated films can be a bit of a drag. You have to pretty much pay attention. There's so many twists and turns. This one, it's quite easy to keep up attention. It doesn't take away from the film. It's beautifully shot. If you love film, watch Sicario. But only drawbacks I'd say is it's not really universally lovable. It's not a universally lovable film. Like it's a bit like this game really. Like some people like it, some people fucking hate it, but you gotta appreciate it for the art. I mean, I'd probably say it's a bit better of a movie than this is a game, but you know, whatever. And yeah, but I love loads of movies. Like I'm always watching movies. I've got a cinema card. Watch it with my mate. We're just I've got a cinema card, so pretty much I just pay monthly. I can watch as many movies as I want within the month. And usually, like most months, we pay off like the price of the monthly cost in movies by quite a bit. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's good for you movie lovers. But what other movies do I like? I love films which don't have a linear storyline. If you've got a linear storyline, don't get me wrong, that's pretty good too. Like, that's the basis of filmmaking. And like stories, obviously. But I love like Christopher Nolan films such as like Inception or Memento. Fucking Memento is a dark film, so fucking good. Like, oh man, if you haven't seen Memento, watch it. I like films which are like very intense as well, like Seven. Like, what's in the box? The box, what's in the box? That kind of shit, like, that's the stuff I do like. That's the stuff I can just sit down, chill, get a sweet tea, get that comfy chair, and just relax for the rest of the day. That's what I like to do after coming from like, watching film. Well, what films I like of Christopher Nolan? I know Seven's not a Christopher Nolan film, but other Christopher Nolan films I like are The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is probably one of my favourite films ever made. I love Heath Ledger's performance in it. He's just so dedicated to his art. It's inspiring. Like you got to be inspired when you see shit like that. You've got to be. Like it's just fucking intense. It's just so good. Like it ultimately led to his death. So maybe it was a little bit too good. I don't know, but I'm glad he made the film for his demise. So all good, really. Well, it's not all good, he died, but yeah. Moving on. Dark Knight Rises. Okay, if you like The Dark Knight Rises, if you genuinely like that film, then you're a fucking liar, and you're lying to me. Because no one likes The Dark Knight Rises, really. It was a very shoddy film. It had some pretty cool bits, like with Bane, when Bane was like, it would be painful for you, or some shit like that, and he's just like, just fucking snaps Batman shit up. Like, I can get on board with that. That was pretty cool. But when Batman gets his fucking snapped up spine, he was snapped up like a fucking twig. Like, and like fucking feet by his ears were so fucking snapped off. And then he gets somehow miraculously healed in some shitty, shoddy, crusty prison. Jesus fuck. Like, how is that even a thing? Like, he snapped his damn spine. So how is this gonna heal in prison? It's so fucking stupid. And he managed to climb out and like save the whole whole of Gotham. Okay. Stupid. Stupid film. But that doesn't take away from The Dark Knight Rises. Other films I like. Sorry, I'm just drinking my cider. Sorry for the breaks. I got some Brother cider, toffee apple. It's around the festive season. It's coming up. You should try it. It's not bad if you drink. If you don't drink, fair enough. I'm sure there's a non-alcoholic version. But if you just try some toffee apple flavored shit, it just tastes good. It's a good flavor for beverages. Let me tell you that for free. So, other films I like, Drive. Drive is a really fucking good film. And Nicholas Winding Refn film. He also did Only God Forgives as well, which I didn't like so much. It was a bit too abstract and a bit too artsy. But the thing I liked about Drive is how much it could say so much in so few words. It was literally, it was fully, like, it could articulate so much just from cinematography and just like, it's like autistic lead. Like, I think Ryan Gosling was supposed to be autistic in that film. Am I right or am I right? Like, that guy was just like so fucking weird, but he was so good in that film. So yeah, it's pretty rad film, I reckon. And what other films? I like so many films. I could literally talk about this topic all day. Like films, films and gaming are my two lead passions. I just love those art forms. I love the storytelling that they can bring. And yeah, yeah, I like horror films as well. Horror films are cool. Like not all horror films. Like I don't really. Like I'm a bit of a superstitious person. I kind of believe like I don't want to believe in it, but I kind of believe in like the supernatural and shit. So I don't really fuck with the stuff like the poltergeist and stuff where you hear like the whole cast died, shit, in weird circumstances. I don't really fuck with that stuff. But the horror films like It Follows. If you haven't watched It Follows, I recommend it so heavily. It's such a fucking good film. You get tits out, tongues out, everything. And it's not even about like there's a lot of tits, don't get me wrong, but it's not all about the tits. It's actually a really good horror film. I'm gonna make another film. I'm gonna make another commentary about this. But you know what? I'm glad you watched, and come back later.